This video will highlight how to bulk import student creation within Pulse. Begin by navigating to the Users tab of Pulse. From the right-hand side, select Import Students. Next, click Download an example import file. This will allow you to access a template file to fill in. Open the file and enable editing. Expand your file fields. Clear out the existing data and fill in the details for your new student. Important: each bulk import should only contain new data. Be aware of the required fields for creating a student: first name, last name, and email. Users' names can be manually created or left blank for the system to auto-generate usernames. Remember, the username generated is always first name dot last name. This will populate after you upload your file. It is also important to note if you type in a username or a username is generated and it already exists in the system, a 1 will be appended to the end of the username. If 2 exists, then a 2 will be appended, and so on. Password creation is not required, but you can type a custom password if desired in your upload file. If you leave it blank, the system will send the student a temporary password in their user creation email to the email address that is provided. The student will then be able to customize their password. If you create a password, the user creation email will not contain a password. It will be the responsibility of the creator to provide the student the password details. If you leave all other areas in this template blank, then these will be filled in using the system defaults. In the case of contact information, the system default is the client details. This is a warning though. You must leave the column headers in row 1, but you do not have to fill in the details other than those that are required. The header titles, however, are required. If you desire to complete the additional fields, make sure that you are following the appropriate values. These details can be found in our Help Center. Once you have filled in the details for your students, you will want to save the file. One tip is to try to add the date to the file name to keep your details organized. Make sure you close the file before you're ready to continue. Returning to Pulse, type in your client name. Next, you can select the file or drag and drop it here. An appropriate formatted document will show the upload successful. If you've grabbed the wrong file, use the trash can to replace it. If your file contains errors, the columns containing the errors will be identified. If you deleted a column header, be sure to add it back in. Also, the acceptable values will also be identified for any invalid columns. Once client is selected and the upload successful is identified, click Submit Import. You will see the successful student submitted import student notification and the identification of how many records were sent for approval. Remember, when completing bulk import, please allow 24 hours for your records to be approved. Thank you for watching this video from the desk of PD.